Step number 6 is to build a consistent client outreach system. This is consistently connecting with people that could become clients. Rinse and repeat over and over again. And so there are two types of outreach. There is direct outreach and there's indirect outreach. Indirect is where you're putting yourself in spaces where potential clients may need your services. So this is what we call pull marketing. You're attracting clients to business through your social media posts, through your content, through your connection in a Facebook group. So that's what we call indirect outreach. You're not putting your shingle up and saying, this is what I offer, this is the service I provide. You're more attracting people through your expertise and through the content you share and through the interactions that you're involved in. That's indirect outreach. Direct outreach is as it sounds. It's very direct. You're reaching out directly to potential clients via email, Instagram DMs, through connection requests and messaging and LinkedIn, through phone calls if people still do that. And that's called push marketing, where you proactively are reaching out to specific clients and opportunities. You built your list, your top 100, the ideal clients that you would love to work with, and you are reaching out directly to them. That is direct outreach. And the key to success as a freelancer that wants to grow a sustainable business is you have both sides of the equation. You do some indirect outreach that builds your credibility and your expertise, and you do direct outreach where you're actually going after people. And then we may call that cold calling, but I prefer direct outreach as a buzz term. Okay, so direct outreach includes some of these things. After thorough research, you want to make a direct contact with a potential client. You DM them on Instagram or some other platform, or you get their email address, or you make a LinkedIn connection request, and then you send a message to them to introduce yourself. You email, go through a contact form, a message to a referral, somebody that you're sending to the referral to see if they know people that might be interested in your services. So that's a direct outreach, going through someone specific. So the outreach message might be something related to this. So it might personalize your simple bio to the specific client, where you know your simple bio, which we talked about in the last step, but you're personalizing it to the unique needs of this client, to the type of work this client's involved in, so on and so forth. You draft a simple message that includes your unique connection point. And when I say unique connection point or UCP, I mean that connection that you make with the client. You've listened to their podcast, you've seen a post that they did on social media, you read a blog post, and you comment on it. And by doing that, you make what we call a UCP, a unique connection point. So an example of this could be like this. Hi, Joe. I really enjoyed your recent post on the 5 keys to self-leadership. Such great insights. That's the unique connection point. I run a course design business helping edupreneurs like you transform content into dynamic, interactive learning experiences. With 16 years of experience, that's sort of that credibility piece, I've developed a proven 5-step framework to create courses that captivate learners and deliver results. Would you like to chat further? Feel free to book a free course audit here. Link to the course audit. Look forward to connecting. Talk soon. That is an example of a decent outreach message that includes a unique connection point. I'm targeting a specific audience. I'm addressing a problem and a solution. I'm demonstrating my expertise, and there's some call to action. You're asking them to do something. Book a call. Book a discovery call with you. That is a really decent outreach message. And then indirect is where you're doing content marketing. Maybe you have videos on YouTube or social media posts or a podcast, or you're being interviewed on people's podcasts. And that's sort of indirect outreach, articles, blog posts, video, podcast episodes, webinars. Maybe you have a signature webinar that you educate people and then you share your services, or you get them to book a discovery call with you. Social media posts that showcase your expertise. It could be community participation. You're involved in Facebook groups. I know LinkedIn groups still exist. I don't know how active they are at all anymore, but you're involved in groups, either locally, either online or offline, as a way to make a connection with people. That's indirect outreach. So this step 4, or the exercise for step 6, is to choose one direct outreach and one indirect outreach method. So your direct outreach might be to research people on Instagram and send out 5 direct messages to them. And they are people that would fit into your ideal client sort of avatar. And then one indirect outreach method could be to post on social media, or to write a blog post, or to start a LinkedIn newsletter. That would be putting content out there as a way to attract your audience in. And then I'd recommend 2 courses. I'll summarize the courses at the end, but the first one is Marketing Your Business in 60 Minutes Per Day. We definitely get into tactics that relate to direct outreach and indirect outreach, and then finding clients with LinkedIn. And we have this whole lead generation framework that we teach you in that course that's really, really helpful for you to land clients. So that's step 6.